Man, I used to love Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. But then got into more normal films. You know, films that don't feature a whole lot of fighting and actually take their time to develop characters, develop ideas, and have good acting. But with Van Damme films, yeah, it's different. And in the case of Universal Soldier, it is one of the lamest Van Damme films, I guess you could say. Despite having Dolph Lundgren it stars him and Jean-Claude Van Damme, and yeah, this movie is just a severely lame ripoff at revamping Terminator. Even though they're not, they don't really portray robots, they're superhumans. This movie is just very dry and joyless, and features no spark, no zest. Despite having an okay storyline, it's just very. You're just checking your watch the entire time. So the movie deals with this crazy sergeant from the Vietnam War named Andrew Scott, who's played by Dolph Lundgren. He's going crazy and kind of comical too. And one of his men is a normal young man named who's played by Jean-Claude Van Damme. They kill each other in Vietnam, and they're brought back to life under this top secret government program where they bring deceased soldiers back to life, and they're called Unisouls. And they're able to, and so, yeah, they end up saving the day for a few things, and pretty much political assassins, almost like political assassins. It's kind of like a Manchurian Candidate in that regard. Yeah, a little bit of Terminator, a little bit of Manchurian Candidate. Because, their memory is always wiped out and whatever. But eventually memories start to return by accident. And that's how it happens to Jean-Claude Van Damme. We have this no good news reporter named Veronica Roberts, who is in desperate need of a good story. And after she gets axed, more of Van Damme's memory starts to return, and it takes her on the run with him. He just really wants to go home while she tries to expose everything. So the rest of the Unisouls follow them, and even Dolph Lundgren's memory starts to return. The movie is pretty well known for having an abundance of violence. The movie doesn't really have an abundance of violence. All the violence that it has, they're just the action sequences in this are not really all that good. And yeah, the really only bit of spice that this movie has to it are Ali Walker, who plays Veronica Roberts, Dolph Lundgren, who is accidentally comical, and the fight scene at the end that has Van Damme and Lundgren battling it out. Really cool fight scene. That's really about it. I used to really enjoy this movie way back when, but yeah, I'm like, nah. It didn't take long for me to start to dislike this. It was just one of those things where it was just, nah. So I'm going to have to give Universal Soldier from 1992 only 2 stars out of 4. As time goes on, maybe I'd even rank it even lower. I might do a re-review of this and rank it even lower. But the way it stands right now, I feel like being okay with this and just giving it 2 stars out of 4. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.